Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Today we're going to be making Finn's first Easter card. I hope you'll stay tuned. Well, obviously, we got to go big or go home on Finn's first card for Easter. So what I decided to do is do a 6x6 card, and it's going to look like this. I took a die, a circle die. I took a circle die, and I cut out of a 6x6 inch card. This is 12-inch cardstock or scrapbook paper that I just cut in half, so it's 6 inches by 12 inches, and then I scored it at 6 inches. Then I took this circle die and I cut it out of the center. Now this is not, obviously it's not the same paper, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a border for around it, so I just left it in place so you could see what I did. So I took that die and then I taped it to the next size bigger scallop die. It came out of this set. Unfortunately, don't know where I got that set, or I usually leave the names on things, but my dies I'm not really, I figure with standard dies they're just pretty much any company that you find will work, and these are scallops and circles layered. You should be able to find that pretty much anywhere. Anyway, back to our story. So what I did was I made that card base, and then I used a punch that's bigger, and I punched out this little rabbit. But I'm not done with the rabbit, because I thought it would be fun if I gave him some clothes. So I took this paper. Can you see? I stamped the rabbit. I could use my scan and cut for this, but I don't know how to do that yet. How to do just a specific piece of my stamped image, not the whole thing. So far the scan and cut is, sometimes it makes me really happy, and sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind. And I think the problem is, well, I know the problem is, I don't think they sent me instructions. And I went online and there's like a 70-page manual. I don't have that manual. So I've been just using the information that they gave me, which wasn't that much, thinking, okay, well, where is all this? How do I do all this stuff? So I have to call the company and find out why didn't I get that. Okay, I just burned myself on my glue gun. That's fast for me to do that. So I've got a fine black marker, and anywhere on the edge of this, I'm actually going to use a silicone mat for this, because then if I miss it and get it on my mat, it won't bother me. I'm very shaky because I'm on a burst of prednisone. Don't worry, it's not my normal MO. I don't normally shake like this, but when you're on almost more prednisone you should be on. Prednisone's a steroid. It's used for arthritis, for when you're in a flare, to help you get out of the flare. So that's what I take it for. I'm just going to put the glue on the rabbit. I really thought about, instead of just leaving him white, doing the opposite, stamping him again on a piece of cardstock, and then having that cardstock, does that make sense? I would stamp him, then cut him out, and then the surround. It seems like too much work. Anyway, that's what I was going to do. I think what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to lay this on here for now. I think what I'm going to do is get one of my alcohol markers and color around him. Sky blue is what we're shooting for. I think it'll look good with the rabbit, and it'll look good with the little shirt it's wearing. Okay, there's our rabbit. Oh, I have these rabbits I need to color too. I'm just going to do them very quickly. I'm going to use Blue Gray 3 and Blue Gray 5 on the rabbit. And the sentiment, this whole set came from Mama Elephant. I'll get you the name of the stamp set in a minute. I always write all this stuff below the video anyway, but I like to make sure I tell you that I got it from Mama Elephant. That much I know is right. And then, because my hand was shaking, I'll just use my colorless blender to hopefully get rid of the little spots where I went out of the lines. Alright, then I'm going to use this lighter color. Or is this the darker? This is the lighter. I'm going to just go around the edges. I should have done it in the reverse, but I didn't. Okay, let's see if I can find that pom-pom that I have. Well, I'll do that last. Oh, that set of stamps is called Honey Bunny Easter. Well, Honey Bunny, I think, is the name of the set, and I just wrote Easter because I could. All right, that much is done, so the inside of our card is done. So then I think the next thing I want to do is take my wet glue. There's a method for my madness on this scalloped frame that I'm putting on. I'm going to use the carrots that I got from Dollar Tree. They're styrofoam. I used a very thin craft knife. If you don't know, I call those demon sticks because I think they're deadly. Anyway, I used a demon stick to attach or to cut each of my carrots in half. I'm just going to make this around that. Oops. And then what I decided was, after I cut those in half, my plan is I'm going to put them in each of the scallop in the divots, hopefully. First, let me glue my bunny back here. I'm probably going to have to, I know I'm going to have to, put another piece of green cardstock that would be 6 inches tall by probably 5 7/8 inch wide on this piece so that it covers this rabbit, because it doesn't look particularly pretty when it bleeds through like they always do when you use alcohol markers. And look how easy this is to figure out, because I can just, hopefully I'm covering the hole properly. I think I also might put some diamonds around him. You know, once I get going on this kind of stuff, I lose my mind. Okay, we are rolling. I have a sentiment for the front that is right here. Also from that same set, it says Happy Easter. I might, if I have enough room, put it on this ribbon. I haven't decided that yet. That's, you know, one of those things I gotta strategically plan out for myself. But for now, it's all about gluing these in place. It wasn't easy cutting these in half, I'll be honest with you. You had to really think about how to do it so that you wouldn't, first of all, cut the bottoms off of them. You had to be very careful when you got to the bottom, and I did whack off the bottoms of some of them. Didn't mean to, but you know, what are you going to do? And then the other thing that was tricky is if you wanted to have greenery on both halves, then you had to do a lot of trimming to do that around the greenery. So if you have greenery where you only end up having one piece of greenery, like in this one, I'm just going to separate them like that. So that's my plan. Then what I'm going to do, I tried to kind of dig out the insides of these so that I wouldn't end up having a problem with it being too thick. I might have to just put my Happy Easter up there somewhere. I got glue on me already. I'm going to cut that down a little bit more so I have as little sentiment there as possible. Okay, we're going to make a banner. If you've never made a banner, most people have, but if you haven't made a banner, here's how you do it. You take your scissors and you snip up through this center like that. Clearly, my idea of the center and the real center are not the same. Then you go in from either end. I'm trying to fix the fact that I wasn't really in center there. And there you have it. There's my banner. Okay, back to our carrot gluing. I don't like this one because it has a problem with its color isn't good. So I'm gonna take him off, get rid of him. I don't know if you can see that, but he had like a notch out of his orange, and I didn't like that. Okay, my plan for this row, this section, is to glue them to the inner part, like that. A lot of these, I don't know if you can see this. This one has like a wart on it. I don't love that. This one has a wart up here at the top. I don't like that. And then this one has more white on it that I don't want. So let me show you how to cut these in half. Here's how you do it. Have your blade as long as you can get it, because you want to try and go through as much of it as possible. When you get toward the bottom, you want to be very gentle and not really whack at it. I don't mind if the white is close to the base, you know, the white on the carrot. If it's close to the base of my piece, I don't really care about that. I only care about when it's really right on top of the, right where you see it. I'm going to put a little bit of glue near the top because this side didn't have any greenery, so I just took greenery off of another one, and then we'll just push that in there, and then I got to get a little bit more glue because this one is kind of weird. And I'm going to take it all the way down. There. And then here's our other side. One thing about those carrots is they're not all the same height, and that's annoying too. And as I said, there were a lot in the bag that weren't really great. They were pretty mangled up. So you're going to need a whole bag for one card if you do this. So let's see if there was anything else I wanted to do with it. I might want to cut some of these that don't have much greenery. And then I'm going to separate them. This one's greenery is too long, so I'll just snap that off. Now, I think I'm going to glue down. I have these little dots. I think I'm going to do the yellow ones because there's yellow in his outfit. I'm trying to make it semi-boyish. You know, Mr. Finn. I guess that's good. Okay, so here's our card. Happy Easter on the front. Not easy to read Easter, but maybe I could bend these up a little bit to make it easier to see Easter. And move these ones over to the right a little so you can see the R. And then on the inside, some bunny loves you. Oh, I'm going to show you how to do this side. So, well, I couldn't find the other half of my green piece of paper, so we're just going to have to wing it. I still want to show you how to do this. I've got this paper that I'm not sure if it's 6 inches wide or what, but we're going to figure that out. It is 6 inches wide. You're going to make it just a little under 6 inches wide. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm going to make mine 5 7/8, which is, if you have a one that has 16 dashes between a 6 and a 7, then it would be 2 dashes. Mine is just about 2 dashes away from the 6 inches. Then from the height, you want the height to be at 6 inches. And then the rest goes into our scrap pile. I thought this would be fun with the leafy pattern. You'll know which way is the right way, because up and down it will be exactly right, but side to side there'll be just a little teeny tiny gap before your score. That's so that you can fold your card. If you don't leave that little teeny tiny gap, you will have a problem closing your card, so you don't want to do that. And it'll make a wrinkle on this paper when you do that, if you don't leave for that little space. I'm not putting much glue on. It looks like a lot of glue. It's just, I'm just kind of scribbling it around so that I end up having enough glue so the sides will adhere. Oh, that glue I'm using is tonic. It's, I don't know if it has a name. Oh, it's called a double-ended glue pen. I like that, in case you wondered. Of course, I'm not affiliated with anybody, as those of you who watch my channel know. Okay, see how it's short at the top? That's because I put it on the wrong way. So you want to go back and put it in the right way. If you have this problem where you can see that little bit, slide it if you can, so you can make sure you don't see that little bit. And if you can't slide it, then use your scissors and just trim it off from the back. And I don't know how I got this little dark spot. Can you see that little dark spot? I don't like that either. So back to our yellow dots. This time I'm going to use the middle size. I'm going to put one on that spot, one over here, and one down there. Okay, so here it is, Finn's Easter card. I'm going to be making his envelope with my envelope maker. If you've never used one of those, they're very simple to use. As long as you have the dimensions of paper, of card, I'll show you how to do it. On this side, mine is a 1-2-3 board. It makes boxes, it makes bows, and it makes envelopes. So on the left side over here, it says you look for your measurements. My measurements are 6 by 6, so it's right there. So you need a piece of paper that's 9 3/4 inch square. So that means you have to use big paper. This paper is not, it's not called solid core. What solid core means is it means it's orange the whole way through. This is white on the inside. I don't like it because of that, because when I make a project, I don't want you to see white around the edges. I'm just going to cut this real quick to 9 3/4 inch squared. Then you're going to take your board, and again, you go for your measurements of 6 by 6, which is somewhere down here. There it is. 6 by 6, 9 3/4, and 4 7/8 is the other number you have to remember. You are going to want to put your card into 4 7/8, which is, see that little mark right there? That's 4 7/8. So you got it at 4 7/8. You're going to punch it. I'm really bad at the punchy thing. Then you're going to turn it one turn. Oh no, I forgot how to do this. At 4 7/8, oh, mine also has this extended arm, which is really nice because when you have a long cardstock like this, it comes in really super handy. Okay, 4 7/8. I already punched it. Then you're going to take this tool, you're going to stick it in that right mark, and you do that. Then you're going to turn it. You're going to line this little line up with this mark, and you're going to punch it again. Hopefully it punched. And then you do the score again. one more. Line it up. Now, if you like your cards, your top and your bottom of your cards, no, your envelope, excuse me, to have a little rounded part, you can either use your paper rounder or your corner rounder, excuse me, a regular corner rounder, or you can use this dude. And as I said, I don't like it, so I'm going to use my corner rounder because I do like it. This, I don't like. I only use this when I absolutely have to use it for big papers. Otherwise, I don't use it because, as I said, I'm not good at it. But I am really good at this corner rounder. You can round all of your corners if you want, or I have to eliminate the problem I created from that other machine. I usually only do the top, which we're calling that we're calling that part of the top. Then you're going to fold in all of your scores. Some people like to have this like that. Some people like to have it on the inside. I personally like it on the outside. And I'm going to put my wet glue. Like that. And then I'll see if that'll hold it. It is only paper after all. You shouldn't need tons of glue for something like that. But if you do, see, it didn't stay closed, but it might still. I'm going to add a little bit more wet glue, and then we're going to call it good. I'm going to lay something heavy on it. But this is heavy cardstock. So there is Finn's card for Easter. I hope you enjoyed this, that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Please tell your friends about me on social media because you know I love that. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.